Well, hello and howdy ho everyone, Foxy Games here and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Full Story Playthrough. In the last episode we went back to Azzy's Law, and we discovered some things about tempering, and hopefully a lead to a cure for said tempering. We also kind of finished up things with Sayela in the first, and we brought Una Kelai over there, an acquaintance of hers back when they both lived on the 13th, and an acquaintance of ours from an old quest line back in Heavensward. So that was nice. It was a really cool quest line. But enough about that. We have some ceruleum to grab from the Sky Steel Manufactory. You stand at the Sky Steel Manufactory. What is it you require? The Ironworks Promissory Note. Issued by Garland Ironworks, this promissory note is intended for the purchase of the quantity of ceruleum specified thereupon. So you are after ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer in the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Lovely. Well then, let's head on over there. Ceruleum? You come to the right man. Fair warning, though, the price has shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so hope you've got the coin. We sure do. Well, now, a promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that that's a problem, it's as good as gold to me. And look who it is.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places. As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course. Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find.
As Kryl and Tataru can attest.
I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day? A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it. In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
Thank you, Emmerich. And it's good to see you, too. We haven't seen you since before we departed for the first. It helps to have powerful friends. Oh, Alice is falling asleep.
Oh, who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much?
Oh, you had to carry yours.
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Sucks to suck. Nah, we love Alice.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more, now that I look at it. Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death, and it wouldn't be worth the trouble.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 paths to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Oh, and you see, Nero is like Graha's opposite. Graha's incredibly modest. Nero is egomania defined.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin. All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while. It's overloading.
She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close!
Oh.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Oh, can it, Nero?
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There!
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
Well, that was a near thing. So we finally have it, the cure for tempering. All that remains is to put it to use. I shall be praying for your success on the front lines. In the end, we didn't have to pay for the terminals, which is great for us, but I can't help but feel for my counterpart in the ironworks. Alas, the ironworks crew couldn't linger long, far too much to do. Yet brief though our time together was, it was bloody good to see them. It really was. At long last we have our cure. In theory, at any rate. We cannot be certain until such time as we put it to the proof, but I am quietly confident. Well, if it's to test it on someone, then I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. It'll be fine, I'm sure of it. Yes, as long as we exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado then, let's make for Limsa. We've kept Gabu waiting long enough. Really, it must have been years. Off to Maelstrom Command we go. I doubt I could contribute much toward what comes next, so I shall cheer you on from afar. Best of luck with the treatment. I'll be praying for your success. Lovely. Let's go to Limsa Liminsa. God damn, the fog is thick. You could cut it with a knife. Graha. 'Tis plain Alise is very fond of Gabu. To the extent that I have a hand in it, I shall do all my power to bring him back. Very good. Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our hosts bring Gabu to us at once.
Apologies for the wait.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment?
Well, at least you'll have some welcome news.
Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith. while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul. Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Excellent. With your permission then, let us begin.
Yes, this will do.
And now, it's my turn. Tis done.
No small amount indeed.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allagans did not. It was never like to be easy. The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one. I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Well, I'm sure if we just have faith, Alice will succeed. I am certain of it. We need but have faith. Exactly. Well, this seems as good a spot as any to have a rest.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light-corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Well, if it's any consolation, she's in awe of your work.
She told you of my graduation thesis. How very embarrassing. Nonetheless, it is comforting and not a little surprising to hear that I'm still capable of impressing my sister. On the rare occasions I'm not annoying her, that is. Alize, are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gaboo!
Welcome back, Gaboo. At long last.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alize was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms. Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gaboo, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
have to go now, Gabu. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
A small glimmer of hope for the rest of the Tempered. We did it. We brought Gabu back. And if I have any say in the matter, he'll be the first of many. Alize will be exhausted from her efforts, but you wouldn't think so to look at her now. If she is ready to press on, then so am I. You may recall that in order to procure the ingredients for Angelo, we had no choice but to surrender ourselves to the whims of the pixies. But I should have done so with far better grace had I known that we would go on to what we would go on to achieve. As she will be at pains to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first, but this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. Oh, she's going to be thrilled to see us. I'm sure she'll have no shortage of harsh words for just about all of us. Well, it has been some time since we've been here. It has been some time since Master Matoya last saw Y'shtola. What a lot they will have to talk about. Do you remember? When last we came here, I was to find out why the others had collapsed. If someone had told me then that they'd been whisked away to another world, I would probably have laughed in their face. You live and learn, eh? True. Master Matoya is something of a legend among Archons. I very much look forward to meeting her, if not the dressing down I am liable to receive from my inept attempt at summoning you. Well, you're just gonna have to deal with it, buddy. I take it you are ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil? Very well. Yeah, let's go.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
Oh, Alphino.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
Oh, now it's your turn to be embarrassed, Y'shtola. My, how the tables have turned.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatir is my name, and I am proud to call myself a Scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day. So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxies with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
A porxie that produces porxies. What an inspired idea. By the way, Foxy, do you think I misspoke earlier? I assure you it was not my intention to embarrass anyone. I'd say Y'shtola's had it coming for a while. She sure loves to embarrass everybody else. Moldy old hole. She really must miss the place. In case you've ever wondered, Alphino got his innocent streak from our mother, and it can be rather endearing, even useful in certain situations. Oh dear. But most of the time, it just makes me want to shake him. Poor Y'shtola. Oh, poor nothing. It's karma. What does she mean, do you think? Some manner of hidden workshop, perhaps? I'd say so. Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there. That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what has become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral monsters and feral familiars and mayhap a monster or two, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. You can consider cleaning up the place payment for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Quarter. I'll send one of my pirogos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. What are you still doing here? Off to the Maker's Quarter with you. I'll join you when I'm ready. Go on now, shoo. Alright. Alright. Well, here are our friends after a particularly shitty flight. Actually, it wasn't shitty, it was just long. Judging by the unruly state of the flora without, I think it's safe to assume there will be no shortage of unruly fauna within. Add to that the undisturbed secrets of the workshop, and we have the makings of an adventure. Well, I'm glad you're excited. The workshop was an unforgiving place even before the Exodus, and I doubt the years of neglect have improved it. I dare say they haven't. The grass could certainly do with a trim. Are you volunteering? As I may have mentioned, Alice and I were still very young when we departed with the Exodus. I envy you, Shola, for remembering the city as it once was. Greetings, Rivet, and welcome to my good mistress's relict. Puro Rogo is my name, and I'm honored to be your guide. Within you will find a space dedicated to the making of familiars, along with a cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, that the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and will, I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it you do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit, only say the word and I will show you in. Matoya's relict is now accessible. Well, alright. I suppose we should have a quick chat with everyone before we go in. So, Foxy, shall I lead the van, or would you rather I followed up the rear? Whatever you prefer, I'm happy to adapt. So come, let us go and make our mother Porksy. I was gonna make a joke about something up the rear, but I really shouldn't. I was still a child when last I came here, but now I am rather more capable. Not that Master Matoya seems to have noticed. Mayhap she will when I have cleaned up the mess she left. Oh dear. I'm no stranger to porksy making, as you know, and that must count for something. Though it has been a while since I last joined the fray, I have followed Alice's example and practiced whenever possible. My healing magics are as ready as always. Good, we're gonna need them. Are you ready, Ribbit? But give me the word and I will show you in. Yes, let's form a party. Let's see. We are going to take Alphino, but I think we're going to drop Alice and take Graha.
I stand ever ready.
Because why not take Graha, I say? So, Alphino will be our healer. Graha and Y'shtola are magical DPS, because that's all we have is magical DPS. Interesting that they don't give us a physical option, but oh well. Let's go. Oh, that was the wrong button.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Porogos say, or you'll wish you had.
Well, alright. Let's begin. First things first, we need to harvest some clay. Alright. Clay clot cauldron. That's a tongue twister. What creatures have taken up residence, I wonder? Please follow me, Ribbit, and put down any pests that bar the way. Oh, I will. If I'm good at anything, it's that. Well, against my better judgment, I'm going to try a larger... Never mind, I can't. Get over here, you fuck. Why are you after them? Are you fucking kidding me? Let's go. Allow me to assist you with the gap, Ribbit. Spriggans. Alright. This time I'll take a bigger group. Hopefully it doesn't wind up being a bad idea. I did not imagine the place would be so infested, Ribbit. Oh, look. Remember this guy from the anti-tower? Well, it's not quite him. It's Sonny. The Sonny of Ziggy. The first one's name was Ziggy. This is his Sonny. I can't tell you how incredibly satisfying it is to kill so many Spriggans. I have held out a hatred for them ever since A Realm Reborn. Because of one particular quest, where we had to kill a Spriggan whose name was, oh my god, what was his name? I remember it was stupid. I know that much. Why are you not... Oh, he is. He's just doing AoEs. The clay is just across the way, but you'll need to deal with the Mudman first, Ribbit. A Mudman, huh? Is that supposed to be a golem? I suppose it is. Aye, this is what happens when you neglect to tidy up. Oh dear. Well, it looks nasty. Let's kill it. Alphino, I would very much like some healing, thank you.
Leave the healing to me.
Oh, bullshit. That shouldn't have happened. Down goes the Mudman. Now we have our clay, Ribbit. Let us return to the interstice. Well, we got a belt. It's shit. If I didn't know better, I would say you were having fun. Oh, talking to Graha. Next, we need to get the water flowing again. So back here again, and on to the next task. It would be my pleasure to show you to the Clear Note Cauldron, Rivet. Please use this portal. That gushing sound. There must be a water vein. For your own safety, I ask that you stay close to me, Rivet. Alright. More healing shit. Please wait while I move the lift a bit. Get over here. I can't believe you guys. I can't fucking believe you. Are you satisfied now? You killed one fish. The little spring yonder ought to put a spring in your step, Ribbit. More treasure. Give me something I can fucking use, if you please. Shit. They're item level 485, so they're not the best. I suppose I shouldn't even care. Another lit ribbit. Just a moment. And on to the second boss. I sense a mischievous present, Rivet. Please take care. That familiar was made with stormwater, and it plays rough. Have care. When even Y'shtola advises caution.
Something special for you.
Well, thanks, Graha. Haha, such fun! More water! We need more water!
Allow me!
We do not need more water. Friends. No! All my water is gone, but I can't lose. I won't! Why won't you get hit?
Allow me.
Oh, alright, I give up. You win. Ah, to have closure after all these years. Wait, was it you who created that familiar? Oh dear. The water is flowing again, Ribbit. Let us head back. Last but not least, we need to fire up the kiln. Master Matoya will be getting impatient, assuming she hasn't fallen asleep. Step right through, Ribbit, and I will guard you safely to the kiln fire cauldron. Good heavens, is the magma rainbow-colored? Spectacular! The product of dissolved crystals, lest you wonder. Oh, that's why it's all psychedelic. What the ribbit? I made it. A little magma can't stop us, Ribbit. Ribbit, it's that big brute again. Honestly, swipe this feed once and for all, Ribbit.
I will not hold back.
Leave the healing to me.
What a fiery battle that was, and I don't mean the magma. Your destination awaits. Now the kiln should be lit. That takes care of the kiln, Ribbit. Alright, it's time to bake ourselves a porksy.
Right then. Let's get this over with.
Not entirely dissimilar to the methods from the first.
Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Well, I guess you have to beat the hell out of a pig. Don't show any fear, they can smell it. A pugnacious specimen, just like its creator. Let's do it. Alright, let's see how well you handle the big girl. It's about to get turbulent in here. Take care you don't get sucked in.
Allow me.
She's hidden herself. Find her quickly or you'll be in for a world of pain. Up we go, and there she is.
Allow me.
Beating the hell out of that giant pig is the happiest we've looked for a while. Nothing quite like a kiln fresh familiar. I never knew familiar creation could be so rough. Quite a fight she put up. She's twitching. Is that normal? Nothing to say, Alfie? Alright. What do we got? Another healing thing. Well, we can at least take a look at it. Well, it's cute. It's a tunic, and I do like tunics.
There we are. Quite tame.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more.
You know, Y'shtola and Matoya and I could give him some too. That would lessen the strain on the twins. But no, I guess we'll do it this way.
That should suffice.
Good. Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some porkses. Assuming, that is, someone can spare the requisite energy. A mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Matoya, I dare say. Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos. And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the Mother Porksy with additional ether.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone. We're a step closer to our goal.
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand. Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest, too.
In addition to the porksies, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
Not gonna donate any ether of your own, I see. Well, Matoya will be as she'll be. How you holding up, Graha? Forgive me if this is a silly question, but of all creatures real and imagined, why choose a flying pig? Not that I dislike pigs, mind you. You know, I had the same question, and it just... I don't know. Who knows? Given that it was her first time making a porksy, Master Matoya did a fine job, though she did have Angelo for inspiration. Lest you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Y'shtola. They are as peas in a pod, are they not? Yeah, I guess, despite their differences. And we can, of course, do Matoya's relic with a trust, but we're not going to do that. As I followed your deeds through history, I came across the names of a great many distinguished individuals, such as Commander Hex and Master Matoya, and it has been a delight to meet them in the flesh. I heartily look forward to making the acquaintance of the rest, not least the Azure Dragoon. Yeah, well, that's assuming we ever find Estinian. Let's see. Brilliant minds, rapier wits, humor drier than Thanalan. Appearances aside, I'd say the two Matoyas are mirror images of each other. Haha. Don't let Y'shtola hear you say that. Or Matoya, for that matter. Well then, my friends, let us return to Limsa Liminsa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer at the Bulwark Hall should be sufficient to secure us an audience. Yeah, I have no doubt they'll be quite happy to hear the news that their primal problems may soon be over. Ah, hello, friends. Even as we speak, we are weaving a new future, and when it all becomes history, I hope that those who follow may look back with gladness. I have no doubt. If we offer them the means to cure their temper, the beast tribes are far more likely to listen. Though the Admiral is not expecting us, I am certain she will want to hear our report. Come, let us request an audience. Why, Foxy, ever a welcome sight. Tidings for the Admiral, you say? She is presently receiving guests, but for the Scions, I know she will make an exception. Follow me. My friends, what brings you here this day? Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you Scions, I would not have thought it possible. And yet it is, Admiral. We have done it, here in Limsa, and production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace, yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt men and beastmen. Ah, even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. 'Twas I who moved that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we Laminsans have been at odds with those who shared our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye. Acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. Did you mean flounder? I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfir, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads, a man named Sickard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value. Leave it to us. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sickard wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn then. Good luck. Well, there's never a shortage of tasks for us. I know naught of this city-state, save for what I've read or heard in passing, so in this matter I will follow your lead. The Admiral is right. The cause of the conflict needs to be addressed. We'll do what we can to ease the way, but it ultimately falls to the Laminsons to make peace with their neighbors. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sickard. If you could approach the pirates, Foxy, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Well, I suppose so. I mean, I'm not very well in with the pirates myself, but maybe better than you guys. So we have to go... The Missing Member. That's a terrible name, by the way. We have to go to the Aft Castle, and then up to the Seventh Stone by the Culinarians Guild. You stick out like a sore thumb. Who are you? Greetings and welcome to the Missing Member. No, really, all people are welcome to dine here. There is absolutely no danger of dismemberment. Right. Anyway. Captain Roswin's led the Sanguine Sirens to the top of the food chain, Aaron Limza. You want to join the meanest crew on the sea? Then you'd best bloody your cutlass and thicken your hide. Right. Whatever. You want to know about Sickard? He's a wily bugger, that is what he is. Found some clever way to make some coin, they say, and traded it for Munskate's place at old Hilfir's side. There was a time we raced the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Guardians are gone and them days with them. Owing to which, we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet. With that jumped-up bilge-rat Sickard landing the juiciest, whatever it may be. Not that we Sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our troubles, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass on to our sisters as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong, but when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all that bad. Well, you seem quite agreeable, Captain Roswin. I do believe we've crossed swords with her before. Not out of malice. I believe it was on Hullbreaker Isle. Why are you in your underwear? Not that I'm complaining. Ooh. Anyway. I just fucking said it will, didn't I? Culinarians Guild. Hey, you know, speaking of the Culinarians Guild, I just got my official Final Fantasy XIV cookbook today. As a matter of fact, where the fuck am I going? This way. And I have yet to cook anything from it, because I would need to buy some ingredients first, but I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. What do we have in here? Why, it's Captain Carvelin. It's been a long while, sir. Curious about Sicard, are you? As am I, my friend. As am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us only to attack Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the sea since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East. The executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So how, then, are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you'll have more luck. Well, Captain Carvelin, I sure hope you find your lot. Lest you forget, he's the captain of the ship that bore us to the Far East, when other ships would not. Where are you, Alphino? Over at Bulwark Hall again. Walking through the city, one would never suspect this was until recently a bastion of piracy. The Admiral is to be commended for overseeing so swift a transformation. I'd say so. As I went about making my inquiries, I chanced upon a shop that boasted a rather enticing selection of sweetmeats. Perhaps we could take Gabu and Graha there one day. I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first? So just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sicard turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline, a sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds in Sahagan lack the means with which to summon them. Do you mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes, though we have no hard evidence as yet. We must investigate further. Agreed. So how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I've already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. Always with a plan, Alphino. Oop. What the shit? Come on. If Alphino's theory proves well-founded, it would go some way to explain the executioner's vehement opposition to peace. That it would. Do you remember how Alphino pretended to be some manner of merchant to infiltrate Yulmore? Well, I bet you 10 gil he's about to reprise that role. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction. and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be at Oscon's Embrace in Lower Lenosius shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. Well, Alice, I suppose I owe you 10 gil. I suppose I'm going to have to pay up in the next episode, though, because we are out of time. So, in the next one, we'll continue the main story quest, and we'll see how much time we have left over at the end for some other things. Otherwise, it's gonna be in the episode after this. Obviously. As if it would be anywhere else. I'm rambling. Anyway, take care until the next one, guys. Bye.